Hi there, Sir Wilbur here, and I will share something valuable to make sure that you will be Internet awesome. Have you ever posted something in your social media account and later have regrets in posting it? Of course, you can delete it, but it is also possible that someone might have read it before you removed it. Do you share memes or funny videos for fun? Have you considered that someone might get offended? The convenience of using the internet has become part of our daily lives, which helps us communicate, share photos and videos, and post something about ourselves easily. But in the online world, we need to be extra careful. We need to have the ability to control what information we will share about ourselves and whom we will allow to see and reshare it. And that refers to online privacy. Your name, home address, phone and mobile number, social security number, and email address are your personal information. It's a good idea to make a rule for yourself not to share this kind of information online. Aside from keeping your personal information, we must also take care of our reputation because these are the ideas, opinions, impressions, or beliefs that other people think or have about you. We must also consider what others will feel based on our posts. Different situations call for different responses, online and offline. It's always important to respect other people's privacy choices, even if they aren't the choice you'd make yourself. Also, be careful with the simple codes that you send, like emojis, because it represents a certain meaning or message which may uplift the reader's emotion or the other way around. Have you heard of the word oversharing? It refers to sharing personal information or just too much about yourself in a certain situation or conversation online. What's the risk? You might become so familiar in doing it that you are unaware that you are already sharing information about your private life. This is harmful not just for you, but also to your loved ones. The internet can be a safe or a dangerous place for us. It will really depend on how we will utilize it. Take time to think and read your post a couple of times before you share it in the World Wide Web. And remember, it's better if you will always think before you click. But it's best if you will share with care.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our module, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
The DepEd ETUlay gives you the Senior High School Humanities and Social Sciences program. Get to know your UStastic tutors for the exciting first semester of the academic year 2021-2022 every Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. Here they are. ready ka na at matuto sa iyong Humstastic Tutors ngayon. Humanda at sumamang saliksikin ang hiwaga ng humanidades at agham panlipunan. Laging tandaan, ikaw ang best tuwing Webes.
Sa tulong ng teknolohiya at maging ng social media, paaralan ay kusang lalapit sa iyo. Sulong edukalidad, subuking maling impormasyon, katotohanan nating ituro.
Isang Humstastic na hapon, our Humstastic cuties mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Welcome sa inyong DepEd ETUlay online tutorial program. Ito ay handog sa inyo ng Department of Education sa pangunguna ng Educational Technology Unit. Hayaan nyo kaming samahan kayo sa isang makabuluhang pag-aaral sa hapong ito. Kaya naman humanda na at sumamang saliksikin ang hiwaga ng humanidades at agham panglipunan. Ako ang inyong tutor para sa subject na Introduction to World Religions and Belief Systems, Tutor Grace mula Quezon Science High School ng Division of Quezon. Kasama ko sa subject nito si Tutor Rio ng Division of Olongapo City. At ayun nga mga cuties, ngayong hapon na ito, tayo ay nasa quarter 2, week 3 na sa ating subject. At para sa ating topic, ang pag-aaralan natin ay isang comparative analysis of Hinduism, Theravada Buddhism, and Mahayana Buddhism. But before we proceed, ating munang batiin ang ating mga early birds dito sa ating online session ngayong hapon. Good afternoon and thank you for tuning in. Maria Lenson Arnejo, si Jasmine Ancahas Sumalinog, or Ella Joy Velandria, at Rowan Jane Halang. Sila po ang ating top 3 earliest birds for this afternoon. At syempre, hindi mawawala ang isa sa mga nangunguna nating cuties na nagmula sa school na City of Bogus Science and Arts Academy. So, ang daming pong estudyante nila ang ngayon ay nakatutok na dito sa ating subject para sa hapong ito. Kaya wag na nating patagalin pa. Tayo ay dumako na sa kung ano ba ang ating dapat matutunan para sa religions na under the microscope ngayong hapon. So, ang ating ginamit na reference ay itong ADM na dinevelop ng DepEd Region 10, Northern Mindanao. Maraming salamat po sa pagpapagamit ng inyong module para sa ating mga cuties. So, ang ating learning objective ngayong hapong ito is to compare and contrast the uniqueness and similarities of 3 religions. We have Hinduism, Theravada Buddhism, and Mahayana Buddhism. And with that, let's proceed to our recall activity. This is our task number 1. So, cuties, ano pang hinihintay nyo? I-ready na ang inyong mga daliri para sa pagtatype ng inyong sagot sa ating live comment section. Ilagay nyo lang ang letter ng sa tingin nyo ay tamang sagot sa bawat question dito sa ating task number 1, recall activity. So, question number 1. Hinduism and Buddhism both originated in blank. Saan kaya nga nagmula ang Hinduism and Buddhism? Is it letter A, Arabia, B, China, C, India, or D, Palestine? You have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Time is up. What is your answer? Tingnan natin kung merong naglagay ng sagot nila sa ating live comment section. So sabi ni Earl, Sean Mendoza, letter B. Sabi ni Fox, letter C. Merong A, B, C, D. Parang kulang na lang D, no? Para makompleto ang ating choices. But the answer is letter C, India. Yun na nga po, ang religion ng Hinduism and Buddhism ay parehong nag-originate sa bansang India. Let's proceed to number 2. Okay lang yan kung nagkamali. Meron pa namang number 2. Buddhism is closely linked to its founder, blank, who is also referred to as the Buddha or the Enlightened One. Sino kaya itong founder ng Buddhism? Siya ba ay si letter A, si Confucius, B, Mahatma Gandhi, C, Mother Teresa, or D, Siddhartha Gautama? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ano kaya ang sagot ng ating mga cuties? Let's see sa ating comment. So, umuulan ang letter D. Tingnan natin kung tama ang pamamayagpag ng letter D para sa question number 2. And tama nga, ang founder ng Buddhism is letter D, Siddhartha Gautama. O yung buo niyang parang title or pangalan after founding Buddhism is Siddhartha Gautama Buddha. Buddha meaning the enlightened one. Yan, meron na bang nakaka 2 points sa ating mga cuties? Let's proceed to number 3. Kaya pa yan. People are born in this world with specific duties to perform in accordance with their status in society. This is the concept of blank, wherein people must accomplish their task so that society can prosper as a whole. Ano kayang paniniwala ito? Ano kayang konsepto to? Is it letter A, Tao, B, Dharma, C, Karma, or letter D, Samsara? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ano kaya ang sagot ng ating mga cuties for this? So, I'm not sure kung yung mga letter D dito ay para sa number 2 or sa number 3. But the answer for number 3 is none other than letter B, Dharma. Okay, so yung pag-accomplish ng mga task para mas maging maunlad ng isang society, ito ay pumapasok sa konsepto ng Dharma. Let's proceed to number 4. Kaya pa ba mga cuties? Kaya pa yan. Blank offers enlightenment to anyone, not only for the members of the monastic order, but also for those with families and secular careers. So saan naman kayang religion nagkakaroon ng gantong offering, no? Yung enlightenment ang ino-offer niya sa lahat ng magiging follower ng religion na to. Is it letter A, Hinduism, B, Judaism, C, Mahayana Buddhism, or letter D, Theravada Buddhism? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. So, yung ibang cuties natin, naglagay na ng number sa kanilang sagot. Okay, so may letter C tayong sagot para sa number 4. I think it's C po. C po. Sabi ni Travis Dre San Agustin. Alright. Sabi ni Fox, letter C. Ni Nina, letter C. Julia Andrea Macato, letter C. Let's see if you're correct. The answer is letter C. Mahayana Buddhism offers enlightenment to anyone. Hindi lang yung mga nasa monastic order, no? Or nasa monastery nila, kundi sa lahat ng maniniwala sa Mahayana Buddhism. And finally, let's have question number 5 for our recall activity. In blank, the monastic way of life ensures the path towards enlightenment. Is it letter A, Hinduism, B, Judaism, C, Mahayana Buddhism, or letter D, Theravada Buddhism? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding, ding. Time is up. What's your answer for number 5? Let's see. Kung tumama kayo, the answer for number 5 is Theravada Buddhism. So yung Mahayana Buddhism, enlightenment for everyone. Pero sa Theravada Buddhism, kailangan may monastic way of life, no? Na isasagawa muna yung magiging follower nito. Okay? So, at yan ay mga bagay-bagay na actually napag-usapan na natin during the first quarter dito sa ating subject na Introduction to World Religions and Belief System. So, bakit natin binabalikan? Kasi ngayon naman, magko-compare tayo ng mga bagay-bagay, mga aspeto ng mga religions na to. Anong mga religions yan? Hinduism, Mahayana Buddhism, and Theravada Buddhism. So the first thing that we have to compare or the first aspect is their origins. Siyempre, saan ba nagmula itong mga to, no? So, on the left side of your screen, makikita natin yung history, sabihin na natin, or origin ng Hinduism. Sabi dyan, it evolved and developed during the ancient Indus Valley civilization. Okay? It is widely regarded that both pre-Aryan and Aryan elements are found in Hinduism. That's according to Brown in 1975. Hinduism is a timeless religion as it is and a way of life for its adherents. Hinduism has no precise moment of origin and no one is considered to be the specific founder or prophet, unlike the other religions around the world, no? And throughout its long history, Hinduism became the source of 3 other religions na very similar sa kanya. And those are Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. So knowing this information about Hinduism, hindi natin mapipinpoint exactly yung date, time and place, no? And the founder or the person responsible for the development of this religion of Hinduism. So wala. But it is a timeless religion. It is the oldest religion in the world, no? Now, going to the right side of your screen, makikita natin yung origin ng Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism. Dalawa itong, sabihin na nating sects or sekta ng Buddhism, no? Na sabi nga kanina sa ating recall ay founded by Siddhartha Gautama. So according to the information, about 500 years after Buddha's enlightenment, a schism within the Buddhist religion resulted in the emergence of two major branches around the 1st century CE. Namely, yun na nga, Theravada and Mahayana schools of tradition. So, hindi pa nakakabit yung word na Buddhism dun sa Theravada and Mahayana during the earlier times. Both schools owe their fundamental teachings to the Buddha, whose life has become an inspiration to millions of followers all over the world. So, kung bakit naging dalawa yung sabihin na nating branches o yun nga, sekta ng Buddhism, Theravada and Mahayana, aalamin natin yan later on, no? Kasi although they are all followers of Buddha, no, nagkaroon sila ng different, sabihin na nating interpretation ng mga teachings ni Buddha. And later on, we will discuss that. So these are the difference and the sameness in the origins of Hinduism and Buddhism in general. How about in their morality? Okay, pagdating sa paniniwala nila about the moral compass that people have. So according to Hinduism, when it comes to morality, it is said to be that this religion is the most tolerant of all religions, as there are numerous ways to manifest one set of Hindu beliefs. May iba't ibang pamamaraan para maipakita ng isang Hindu yung kanyang mga paniniwala. Not a singular tradition or not a singular practice, but many ways, no? So it is the most tolerant. The Hindus themselves differ in the manner of practicing their religion. So ito na nga yung dahilan kung bakit tolerant yung religion. Hinduism may seemingly lack a cohesive system of beliefs and practices, but most of its adherents hold several key moral values such as karma and dharma. Kung meron mang matinding pinanghahawakan yung mga Hindus, no, yun yung paniniwala nila sa karma and dharma. So lahat ng practices nila, they're geared toward these two important moral values. Whereas, doon naman sa Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism, sabi dito, while Buddha embraced the general framework of Indian ideas referring to Hinduism, he radically altered many of them. This is according to Boker in 1997. So marami siyang binago. Pwedeng dinagdag, pwedeng binawas, o totally minodify, or totally ini-add, no? Similarly, the cycle of rebirth persists in Buddhism. Kagaya din ng sa Hinduism. Meron ding cycle of rebirth na tinatawag. And succeeding lives may be affected by the moral laws of cause and effect or karma. So another similarity sa Hinduism, yung pagkakaroon ng karma. Just the same with Mahayana and Theravada Buddhism. Until one has achieved enlightenment, one's deed in the present lifetime will affect the curse of future rebirths. So, kung kayo ay Buddhist, whether Theravada o Mahayana, ito na yun eh. Lahat ng ginagawa mo ngayon will affect what will happen to you once you are born again or once you experience the rebirth, no? So, dapat daw yung current mong ginagawa will give you a better chance of being reborn as a better person or a better character in this world, no? So, yun yung paniniwala ng mga Buddhists when it comes to karma. Buddhist moral thoughts and actions are principally guided by the Four Noble Truths. Ayan, so kapag pinag-aaralan natin ang Buddhism, laging nandyan yung Four Noble Truths, tapos yung Eightfold Paths. No? So yun yung Eightfold Paths, yun naman yung basic guide. So merong tatlong categories, yung Eightfold Paths na yon. We have right view, right conduct, and right practice. And then also in Buddhism, unhappiness of life, or what we call dukkha, is principally caused by people's unending desires. So kaya pala tayo unhappy kasi meron tayong unending desire. Sige nga, pag-isipan nyo kung meron ba kayong nararanasang unending desires, kung gaano man kasimple yan o kung gaano ka-complicated yan, that will be a source of your happiness according to Buddhism. Alright? So ito yung kanilang morality comparison. When it comes to purpose, meron ding pinagkaiba at syempre, significantly may pinagkapareho ang Hinduism and Buddhism in general. So let's tackle first Hinduism again. There are 4 desirable goals of life. We call them In Hinduism, the Purushartha. All Hindus aim to achieve the fourfold purpose of life that includes Dharma, Artha, Karma, and Moksha. Pinakang mahalaga yung Moksha. It is the final meaning of life that involves enlightenment, self-realization, or union with God. Kasi yung mga Hindus, for them, the most difficult goal of life to accomplish is yung Moksha. No? While yung iba, nakaka-accomplish sila ng Moksha in just one lifetime, others may take several reincarnations in another physical form just to be liberated from the cycle of rebirth. Kasi once you achieve moksha, ano ka na, lalaya ka na doon sa cycle of rebirth eh. Parang yun na yung ang tawag natin doon, nirvana, no? So in essence, for Hinduism, the main purpose of their life is to obtain release from the cycle of reincarnation or at least a better rebirth. So kung hindi ka ma-release from that cycle, at least man lang ang i-aim mo in your next life is a better rebirth. Meaning, kung ikaw ay pinanganak ngayon na let's say, ano bang, paano ko ba ipapaliwanag yun, no? Pinanganak ka ngayon na, kunyari sa hayop, pinanganak ka ngayon na halimbawa, aso. Tapos, ang aim mo in your life is a better kind of animal. So, dapat ngayon pa lang, ihahanda mo na lahat ng path ng gagawin mo, ng practices mo, ng deeds mo, para yung target mong better life after rebirth ay ma-achieve mo. Okay? So, ganun yung idea ng purpose sa Hinduism. Sa Buddhism naman, the principal purpose of one's life is to terminate all forms of suffering caused by attachment to impermanent entity. So, yung attachment talagang yan, mahirap yan, mahirap yang tanggalin sa ating buhay, I don't know if you agree with me, pero usually we get attached to impermanent entities daw. Ano yung mga impermanent entities na yon? Mga material things, friends, and mind you, including health. So all these things do not offer enduring happiness, but sorrow. So yes, so if you're too attached with material things or too attached with your friends or with your health, they will not offer enduring happiness or sabihin na natin true lasting happiness. Pero ang i-offer niyan sorrow. Tama nga naman kasi halimbawa you're too invested in your health, then at the end of the day nagkasakit ka pa rin, karoon ka pa rin ng disease or worse, incurable disease, no? Invested ka na nga sa health mo. So it did not offer enduring happiness but only sorrow at the end of the day. So we have to learn to detach from these impermanent entities. So when one recognizes the impermanence of all these things, an individual begins to free oneself from attachment, thereby reducing suffering and ending the cycle of rebirth. So once we begin to be detached from these impermanent entities, like material things, yung gadgets mo, pera, di ba? Yung kinikita mo sa Axie, all those things that you do with the material things that you have, with your friends, with your health, okay, they can be the source of your sorrow at the end of the day. That is according to the purpose, belief of purpose in Mahayana and Theravada Buddhism. Alright? Are you still with me? Tingnan nga natin ang ating mga active na tuties dito sa ating online tutorial ngayon. So, meron tayong bagong pasok. Good afternoon kay Mary Joy Alawan Albones of 11 Aristotle from, again, the City of Bogor Science and Arts Academy. And good afternoon to all the students who are with me, who are from Quezon Science High School. Thank you for attending the online tutorial, guys. Okay, another thing that we have to remember when it comes to purpose in Buddhism is that they have 4 goals of life. So, traditional Hindus often pass the 4 stages of life. Ang tawag dun sa 4 stages na yon ay ashramas, no? So, yung unang stage is from becoming a student to bachelor, or what we call brahmacharya. The next stage is becoming a householder, or what we call as grihasta in Hinduism. The third is when you start retiring to the forest and you start meditating. We call that vanaprastha in Hinduism. And finally, we have the detachment, which is called samnyasin. So sa stages na to, sa ashramas na to, ang pinakang mahirap ay yung fourth. No, kasi ito na nga yung tinatawag na detachment natin. Detachment saan? Kagaya din na sa Buddhism, detachment doon sa mga bagay na material, na earthly. that will not help you attain nirvana. So, or that will not help you attain moksha, no? So again, that last stage, yung samnyasin, that's the most difficult stage in Hinduism, in their stages of life. Now, on the other side naman, sa Buddhism, in Theravada Buddhism, for example, the monastic way of life ensures the path toward enlightenment for the Buddhist laity. Unang-una, dapat ma-reborn muna ang isang Buddhist as a monk para maging eligible sila for enlightenment. So, kailangan, kung ikay sabihin na natin kay simpleng tao, this is my interpretation by the way, if you're a simple person, in your next life, you have to be reborn as uh, uh, as a monk para maging eligible ka or qualified for enlightenment. Saka pa lang i-undergo yung iba pang process for you to achieve nirvana nga, no? Yung na-achieve ni Buddha. So, yun ang paniniwala ng Theravada Buddhism. So, parang may requirement for you to be a monk first in your next life. In contrast naman sa Mahayana Buddhism, yun nga, sabi natin kanina sa recall activity, no? It offers enlightenment to anyone na maniniwala sa religion na to. Not only for the members of the monastic order or not only for the monks or their priests, but also for those with families and secular careers. So lahat kasama from all walks of life. So moreover, the Mahayana branch of Buddhism attracts followers because it offers a faster route to enlightenment than the Theravada sect. So yun yung pinagkaiba ng dalawang sekta ng Buddhism. So imagine, pareho na silang Buddhism, pero meron pa, within that, under that one big umbrella of Buddhism, meron pa rin silang pinagkaiba when it comes to their purpose. So ayan, that's a comparison of Hinduism and Buddhism when it comes to purpose. Moving on, when it comes to destiny, yan, yung Hinduism, the destiny for them involves reincarnation until such time that you gain ultimate enlightenment. So they believe that within the human is an eternal soul called the Atman that is being reborn millions of times. Para nakapagod yun, ano? You're being reborn millions of times in many forms subject to the moral law of karma. This is according to Booker 1997. So, ibig sabihin, kung ano nga yung, whether it's good karma or bad karma, kung ano yung ginawa mo during your past life will be an important basis kung magiging ano ka in your next life. No? So, yung soul mo, eternal here means there will be millions of times to be reborn. So, and ultimately, ang dapat mong ma-achieve is yung ang moksha. Okay? That's for Hinduism, the idea of destiny. For Buddhism naman, it holds that no soul is being reborn because there's no permanence in anything. This is also according to Booker, 1997. The Buddha preached to his followers to achieve their own salvation conscientiously because external forces have no control over their life and circumstances. So yung mga Buddhists, they control their own fate as they are bound to the law of causality. So, magkaiba, no? Dito, may basis ng pag-end ng rebirth, may basis kung magiging ano ka in your next life. But in Buddhism, it holds that no soul is being reborn hanggat meron kang attachment sa mga impermanent entities. So hanggat nandun yung attachment na yon sa mga material things, yung nga sabi kanina, friends, health, hindi mawawala. I mean, your soul, you're considered to be a soul that is what? That has not experienced detachment. So yun yung paniniwala nila when it comes to destiny. Sabi ni, thank you very much, Travis San Agustin. Yes po, the best mentor. Char. All right. Moving on, still under destiny for Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism. Gusto ko lang i-highlight kung ano pa yung ibang paniniwala ng Buddhist regarding destiny, no? For this kind of followers, life and events are not controlled by an all-powerful creator or universal force. So in contrast to Hinduism and other religions, the Buddhist goal is neither absorption into Brahman nor union with God. Instead, ang kanilang ultimate goal is to reach nirvana. Ano yung nirvana? The extinguishing of fires of longing and suffering. So pag nawala na yung desire, wala na yung suffering. That's nirvana. At least that's my interpretation of nirvana under Buddhism. So kakaiba ito doon sa ibang religion na naniniwala sila that the ultimate goal is to be one with God or one with Brahman or have a better life in the next life. No. Pagdating sa Buddhism, yun ang kanilang ultimate goal, the extinguishing of fires of longing and suffering. So when one has achieved nirvana, one has attained the state of perfect peace. Sana all, di ba? So merong perfect peace na tinatawag sa Buddhism, wherein attachment, aversion, and ignorance have ceased once and for all. That's their description of perfect peace. Kailan kaya natin ma-achieve yan? Sa Theravada School of Buddhism naman, the trainings on the development of ethical conduct, meditation, and insight assist in eradicating all forms of evil in order to acquire goodness and purify the mind. So may training silang ginagawa, may moral conduct, ethical conduct na kailangan sundin, may exchange of insights na makakatulong sa isang Theravada Buddhist para mawala ng lahat ng forms ng evil na maaari niyang ma-experience sa buong buhay niya at para magkaroon siya ng innate goodness, magkaroon siya ng natural goodness sa kanya o ma-developing goodness sa kanya and ma-purify yung isipan niya. So, ultimately, yun din naman yung goal ng Theravada Buddhism. Yung nga lang, magkaiba sila ng way. Kaya naniniwala din ang Theravada Buddhist that all worldly things are momentary and impermanent. So the Mahayana sect naman devotes much attention to the bodhisattvas or enlightened beings who delay their own enlightenment for them to benevolently aid other beings to reach their ultimate end. All beings can follow the path of the bodhisattvas, which is the ideal way for all Buddhists to live. So merong mga tinatawag na bodhisattvas vow na kailangan mo sundin para pag sinabi sa iyo, no, kasi sila yung mga enlightened beings, para magkaroon ka ng guidance as you achieve, yun nga, detachment from earthly desires. So this is the belief of Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism when it comes to destiny. Okay, moving on, when it comes to their views on women, yan, magkaiba rin yung paniniwala ng Hinduism and Buddhism pagdating sa mga kababaihan, no? Pagdating sa pagtrato sa mga kababaihan. So in Hinduism first, honoring women in Hindu society is included in the Manusmriti or the laws of Manu, which says that women must attend ritualistic practices even if they had no roles to play in this activity. So halimbawa may ipa-event si husband sa bahay, si waifu naging Japanese na si wife, no, na Indian, dapat nandun din kahit wala siyang role doon. Okay, kahit wala siyang gagawin doon, dapat nandun siya. So, especially kung yun ay ritualistic practices. So, yun ay included o nasusulat sa laws of Manu. So, the three-stage pattern for a woman includes that a woman child be protected by her father. So, pag bata pa yung babae, dapat may protection siya ng kanyang tatay. A wife must be protected by her husband. So, pag siya may asawa na, yung batang babae, dapat poprotektahan siya ng kanyang husband. And an old woman be protected by her sons. So, dapat yung old woman, so pagka-lola na, ugod-ugod na, dapat siya naman ay pinoprotektahan ng kanyang mga anak. So, kung titingnan natin, parang fair naman yung nasusulat about their views on women dito sa laws of Manu in Hinduism, no? Pero may mga bagay kasi na somehow mahirap paniwalaan na nangyayari under this religion. So, for example, as a married woman, a Hindu woman must become a good wife. Okay na yung good wife. Pero sabi pa dito, and treat her husband as a god. O, di ba? Parang mabigat. So, pag magpapakasal ka pala at mga Hindu ang religion ninyo, ito yung dapat mong maunawaan. You should be a good wife and you should treat your husband as a god. So, she must serve and follow him and pray for him. In return, ito naman yung bawi ng wife. A husband must also revere his wife as a goddess. Yan. The sacred text adds that the happiness of the wife is crucial in the stability of the family. Ito yung isang matinding paniniwala talaga. Parang naalala ko when I was browsing in TikTok, napakadaming TikTok posts about dapat masaya si wife pag happy I think dun yun sa Transformers na movie, yung happy wife ay happy life ang nangyayari. Okay? So, ayan yung paniniwala ng Hinduism about women, no? Their views on women. Okay? Let's go back muna sa ating live comments. Salamat po, Ma'am Eileen Maglangke. Sabi niya, go, Churo Grace. Gilang, good afternoon kay Jason Pakultad from 11 Socrates, City of Bogo Science and Arts Academy. Napaka-active talaga ng City of Science City of Bogo Science and Arts Academy na to. Okay? Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's move on. Move on din tayo pag may time. Again, under Hinduism, ito yung medyo, for me, no, when I was reading this, when I was teaching, especially sa grade 7 ko dati ng tungkol sa mga religion, no, in Araling Panlipunan 7, ito yung isa sa mga shocking practices ng Hinduism when it comes to widows. Okay? So, alam naman natin kung ano yung widows, right? So, these widows ng mga babae, they are forbidden to eat alongside family members. Hindi sila sinasama pagkakakain na yung family, yung family, pagkakain na sila, hindi kasabay yung widow. Kasi sila ay personification of all the negative characteristics of a woman na ill-fated and wretched. Kasi widows na sila. I think yun yung nagiging directly proportional na description sa kanila. So they are brought to the Indian city of Vrindavan by their families who eventually abandon them there. So dinadala sila sa isang lugar nga sa Vrindavan, tapos i-abandon na sila doon. So eventually, may isa pa namang option ng isang Hindu widow. She can opt to commit sati or the act of killing herself by jumping into the funeral pyre of her husband. So pag ililibing na yung husband, pwede siyang lumundag doon. Yun, it's one traditional practice in Hinduism called sati. Pero I think wala na yung sati ngayon. Sabi dyan, it has been banned in India in the Sati Prevention Act of 1988 kasi it criminalize any type of involvement in sati. So it is also believed that immolating oneself or sacrificing oneself, yung widow, no, pag sinasacrifice niya yung sarili niya, kaya ginagawa yung sati, it is to assure immense rewards for the family and to give a chance to the wife to be with her husband in the next life. Parang yun yung reward ng pagpapractice ng sati before it was banned in India. So ito yung medyo shocking na practice ng Hinduism. Pero banned na naman to ngayon. Okay, mind you, it's been banned under the Sati Prevention Act of 1988. Now, what comes to Buddhism? Ano naman yung kanilang views on women? So, women have enjoyed considerable freedom in their religious life in Buddhism as compared to Hinduism. So, sabi natin kanina, di ba, maraming ginawang pagbabago si Siddhartha Gautama Buddha, okay, pagdating sa religion ng pagpa-found niya, pag-establish siya ng religion na Buddhism compared sa pinanggalingan nito na Hinduism. Okay? The Buddha himself allowed the full participation of women in all major Buddhist rites and practices. Also, for so long a time when women's duties were confined to household and kitchen duties, Buddha radically changed this when he allowed women to join the monastic order and attain enlightenment in equal footing with men. So parang dito pala sa Buddhism, meron na talagang gender equality. For the Buddha, men are not always wise and women can also be wise. So how about that for all the women out there? Meron pa naman tayong celebration of observation of Vowsy these days, no? Ayan. So, men are not always wise and women can also be wise. That's according to Buddha. So, in Buddhism, women should not be treated as inferior to men because both are equally valuable in society. So, women as wives and mothers have roles to fulfill in the family and society. The same way with husbands. So, meron silang equal sharing of responsibilities. Pero yung wives, they must also familiarize themselves in trade and business. So, hindi lang sila pambahay, pang-business din sila, no? Para makahandle man sila ng gantong affairs in the future, alam nila kung anong mangyayari. So, many women have equal status in Buddhist society. So, these are what's happening about the views on women under the religion of Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism. There you go. So, going back sa ating mga cuties, ayan, good afternoon po kay Sir Edson Myrina Reyes. Sabi niya, hello, Tutor Grace, watching from MRHS SDO Mabalacat City. Thank you po, sir, for tuning in to our subject, this afternoon. So guys, ito naman yung mga dharmic religions comparison natin. Medyo bumibigay na nila ni Tutor. Sa origins and history, nandiyan yung kanilang difference. Meron ding gods and universe. Then meron ding human situation and life's purpose. Sabi dito sa Hinduism, humans are in bondage to ignorance and illusion, but are able to escape. Purpose is to gain release from rebirth, or at least a better yon sa afterlife, reincarnation until one gains enlightenment. So, merong seamless na connection yung life's purpose and afterlife ng Hinduism, no? Almost the same with Buddhism. Sabi dyan, purpose is to avoid suffering and gain enlightenment and release again from the cycle of rebirth. Or at least attain a better rebirth by gaining merit. In Buddhism, reincarnation is understood differently because when in reincarnation, you can, with no surviving soul, it will happen until one gains enlightenment. Sa practices naman, meron silang pinagkapareho and the same time, meron ding pinagkaiba. Yung yoga is definitely Hinduism. Pero meron din namang meditation, reciting of mantras ang Buddhism. And then, yung mga mandalas pala, yung paniniwala sa mga mandalas, this is Tibetan and that is Buddhism. So, I used to believe it's under Hinduism, but no, it's under Buddhism. Then, merong yung Dharma, that's definitely under Hinduism. Sa kanilang mga religious texts, under Hinduism, we have the Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, marami pa yan. Pero under Buddhism, we have the Tripitaka, we have the Mahayana Sutras, the Lotus Sutra, and others. So, yan yung pinagkaiba sa mga details ng dalawang religion, Hinduism and Buddhism. Okay, so this afternoon, ano yung mga takeaways natin, guys? So, we learned that Hinduism and Buddhism have significant similarities and differences in terms of origin, morality, purpose, and destiny. Now, when it comes to their views on women, we might say that these religions have really different views or perspectives when it comes to women and how they are treated in each society. So, nakita naman natin kanina, no, nung diniscuss natin yung views on women, kung ano yung pagkakaiba ng treatment sa mga babae sa Hinduism at sa Buddhism. Parang in Buddhism, talagang they are considered to be on equal footing with men. In Hinduism, medyo hindi pa ganun ka-equal, pero maganda yung binanggit nila na yung pag-treat sa husband as God, and in the same way, the husband should treat the wife as a goddess. So parang pumapantay na rin yun doon. Pero personally speaking, mas best bet ko ang paniniwala ng Buddhism regarding their belief, regarding their views on women. And there you go. That's how we learn about comparing the DHARMIC religions when it comes to different aspects. So with that, let's move on to our final task for this afternoon. So guys, I'd like you to compose a hashtag about any significant learning you've had after knowing about how Hinduism, Theravada, and Mahayana Buddhism are the same and are different. So ito yung example ko, hashtag, material detachment is bliss. Yan. So kung meron kayong naisip na hashtag, type nyo na yan sa ating live comment dito sa ating ETUlay for Introduction to World Religions and Belief System. So again, batiin ko lang yung mga nasa live comment natin. We have also Mary Grace Ursul Cuyos and Clarence Kyle Patron, again from Bogo Science of Arts, City of Bogo Science and Arts Academy. I'm really sorry for having that wrong again for the end time this afternoon. Also kay Rosdy V. Pelayo, ang section naman niya ay 11 Plato, City of Bogo Science and Arts Academy. Thank you very much, guys. You can now type in, if you have your hashtags for our task number 2, you can now type in your answers. So sabi ni Fox, material detachment is bliss. Thank you very much, Fox Nicolai. Socorro. And si Travis naman, you and I are not so different. Hashtag you and I are not so different. Thank you, Travis, for your hashtag. Thank you for participating, guys. I guess that's it for the day, guys. So this has been Tutor Grace for Introduction to World Religions and Belief Systems. For your feedbacks and suggestions, please visit the website you're seeing on your screen, or you can scan the QR code with that teensy-wincy jumping dinosaur. All right. And of course, you can also email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph for comments and suggestions. Up next is Tutor A and Tutor Edson for Tanong ng Kabataan 2.0. This has been Tutor Grace for Introduction to World Religions and Belief Systems. Lagi niyong tatandaan, ikaw ang the best tuwing Huwebes.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!